Good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. We are kind of in a sideways day, kind of wait and see vibe right now. Let me just check on X, make sure that we're coming through here. Make sure everyone can hear me over there. Oh, I got my sound. Okay, looks like it's working. Yeah, I got some I'm in some of these damn family threads. It's my wife, everyone in her damn family born this month. So getting all these family chats. So I had to turn it off. I don't know why I'm on those, but everyone just all day long back and forth drive me nuts. Anyway, a little GM for good morning and the get the chat rolling over here on X. And yeah, great. I mean, gosh, we had great couple of days so far. We can't complain at all. Now we're kind of in the wait and see. If you look, looks like the NASDAQ and everything opened up about what the futures were indicating. 0.16 on the NASDAQ. Welcome, everyone. Glad everyone could join me live here, whether you're on X or YouTube. Appreciate it. Hey, Coach Master. Good buddy from X coming at me from YouTube, which is cool because I only have about 100 followers on YouTube, so it's nice. I think it helps the algorithm when you're over there. So, Coach Master, good to see you. 0.17 right now to the positive on NASDAQ, 0.3 on the Dow, 0.8 on the S&P. I call that pretty flat, to be honest with you. But like I say, just to be expected. We'll talk about the deal and different news coming out here. Bitcoin, I don't necessarily like how they've changed this, but Bitcoin, we're sitting at 80,834. Couldn't quite hold on to that 81,000. We're down officially 1.4% for the day. Of course, you know, we were up. So the high for the day was 81,992. Of course, we touched, we threatened 83, you know, a little more than 24 hours ago. I still like where we're at. We'll see what happens. I think all eyes on this peace deal, really. Just kind of grinding out, see what happens. Got a little bit of news on that, but let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, we're looking at 23.22. So we're down 2.6% for the day on Ethereum, but overall, still not bad. XRP is at $1.40.8. It's down 1.4% as well. Solana holding up a little better for some reason. Solana, $89.10. We early this morning we got over 90, and it's up 0.3. So for some reason or another, Solana is performing a little better than the rest of the crypto market. Let's jump into the news. Like I say, I think unless we get some definitive news, and there is some, we'll jump into the crypto news, kind of mixed crypto news with a little bit of the peace deal war news. But let's get at it here on a Thursday morning. Grant Cardone here, billionaire Grant Cardone announced he bought another $100 million more in real estate via his real estate deals. Now, I love what Grant's doing, honestly. First off, he's always here chopping it up with us on Spaces, dropping some alpha. I really think, I mean, I've really learned a lot of stuff. I'm not a real estate guy. I really haven't done that much real estate in my life. But I like what he says. The biggest thing I like is this. He's bringing us literally investors that would not be investing in Bitcoin otherwise, because they're, you know, he's got real estate investors that trust him and his deals, and he's putting together some beautiful deals as I've kind of been paying attention. I mean, really solid deals, and then he's throwing in some crypto. So it kind of diversify it, and it's a great strategy, well received. But now he's up to $200 million in Bitcoin, and he's getting out there and he's talking about it, and he's doing good stuff. And I would call him relatively new to Bitcoin, but he's obviously a very well-known figure. I mean, obviously great in front of the camera. incredibly charismatic, smart dude. And yeah, so shout out to Grant and brother Gary as well. Both always out here on spaces and stuff on X and interacting with everyone, dropping alpha. And so I appreciate what he's doing, man. So $200 million, that's nothing to sneeze at. You know, he's not going to stop. You know, he's only going to gain momentum. I mean, this is definitely something I would look at if I was looking to do real estate in the United States. I've kind of been focusing my real estate stuff outside of the country, but I would definitely, I believe, with a little due diligence, I believe I would participate in one of his deals for diversity. I mean, I like it, especially the last one he did. He knows his stuff, and then you have that Bitcoin element, which I think he's looking for like 26% a year. He's hoping to return between everything, but yeah, good stuff. Senator Bernie Moreno confirms that we're going to mark up the Clarity Act this month and expecting a signature before the 4th of July. So we have a few big things. Obviously, the peace deal with Iran is critical. I think that's critical, to be honest with you, to everything here, especially us short term. But then we also have the Clarity Act, and we have the new Fed chair coming on, and we got the midterms coming up. So I think that those are three catalysts. Other than that, we typically, in going way back into the TradFi world, typically say sell in May and walk away. Basically, because a lot of it's usually kind of a lackluster time of year, and a lot of equities guys, they take the summer off, head to the Hamptons with their kids, whatever. So sell in May and walk away. Sometimes you save yourself a lot of heartache. But I don't think we're not so last year, and I don't think so this year. Hey, Scott from the Heine community there says, good morning. Hope you're having a great day. Yeah, so far so good. It's funny, yesterday morning, early, like in the middle of the night, I could hear it was raining really hard, and then turned into a pretty nice day, kind of overcast. I did my little 10-minute news update for what I do on TikTok. Kind of been building. I'm close to 1,000 followers over there. But yeah, it's been nice. But I had my coat on this morning, but then it's turned nice during the day. Hey, Artie, another longtime OG friend from X. See coming at me from there on YouTube as well. So appreciate that. I think that helps since I have virtually no followers on YouTube. I think that probably helps the algorithm a little, helps some more people see it. I've also been putting it on a podcast, and then some people have been watching it. Don't know much about it, but I'm just throwing it out there. Want to reach as many people as we can so we can talk about this, educate a little, and talk about the things that we like, aka Coin Zoom. But anyway, good to see you, Scott, Coach Master, and Artie, man. And also, they all join me usually on the GM morning show coming up here in about 20 minutes. Bitcoin show been going on, coming on 5 years now. But anyway, Clarity Act, a big deal. Everything I hear is, they're going to mark it up this month, and they're going to, they expect it to be signed before or on the 4th of July. So got to have it. I think this was from consensus yesterday. $10 trillion Morgan Stanley said Bitcoin adoption will move a lot faster than people think over the next 18 months. Crypto winter didn't slow institutions down. And I believe this, think about it. These institutions, they've got tens of thousands of financial advisors. You always hear us, not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. These are legit licensed financial advisors. People are going to listen to them as they become excited, begin to pay attention, become more educated. I think it's going to do big things. I really do. Kraken parent company Payward to acquire stablecoin payment firm Reap in $600 million deal. Don't know much about Reap, but Kraken, of course, I think looking to go public. They kind of pulled off on, I think they filed and everything, but I think they've kind of pulled off due to market conditions, which I think was smart. but they're definitely making moves. I think this is the second acquisition. They're definitely beefing up their portfolio before they go public. So good, solid exchange, man. I was using them way back when they first started. I haven't used them much lately, but hey, there's only 7 exchange. Of course, I'm a huge advocate of CoinZoom. Obviously, being an owner and been getting a lot of the tokens. The card I used it last night. I'm kind of jumping into the intermittent fasting. Only ate once yesterday. Of course, it was my favorite pineapple fajitas. I'll post that later. But yeah, I'm kind of, I think I'm going to go to maybe just once a day. I usually only eat twice a day, but I think I'm going to go to just once a day. Drink liquids and then just eat once a day. So we'll see. But ETF clients, XRP out there, paying attention to that. Over on TikTok, people are just crazy about XRP. Like I say all the time, I like XRP. I don't love it, but I do love this ETF. 13.03 million yesterday, an increase. They're now at $1.43 billion. I mean, I don't think that's hurting. We've seen all of it. The ETFs have been a net positive for, I mean, what we have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP. There might be a couple others out there, but it's been a net positive, and this continue to see. So I don't think that's going to hurt XRP price at all. Van X, Matthew Siegel says Bitcoin could hit 1 million in the next 5 years. So here we have just not random people saying it. My target is 1 million before the end of 2030. So that's probably a little shorter. And some people are coming out with higher price targets than that. So every day we're seeing institutional adoption. We're seeing more adoption. We got institutions. We got all these retirement funds. We've got states. We've got companies, DATs. We've got countries, all continuing very little adoption overall comparative to what it could happen. White House advisor Patrick Wick is targeting July 4th to pass the Clarity Act. So maybe they'll do it as part of the big celebration or whatnot. GM, welcome everyone. Glad you guys can join me live. Appreciate it. I know yesterday we were having a real trouble with the X algorithm. Looks like they've got that sorted, so appreciate it. And whether you're listening live or not, but it is great to have people live here interacting, listening. This is, you heard me say that it was weird. It seemed weird to me. Trump starts this Project Freedom. It's going for 1 day. Sounds like a great plan. And all of a sudden, we're not doing anymore because they really wanted, Iran really wants stock. Just seemed weird to me. Just seemed a little sus. Something didn't smell right about it. And now we're seeing some reporting. I don't know all the details of it, but there's been several reports I've been seeing for the last 24 hours that the Gulf states, especially Saudi Arabia, didn't like that approach, didn't want them to use the air bases and the airspace. So that's the real reason Trump kind of pulled out. So that's interesting, right? And they may want, I don't know, they may want a more stronger approach or more deal now that it's their neighbor. And, I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it makes sense there was something bigger behind it than just, Iran all of a sudden wants to talk. Because I don't know how, I don't know how true that is, or how if they'll come to a conclusion. And Trump, but it's just interesting. This makes sense that there was something else behind it. And like I say, I haven't really deep dived into it, but something did seem weird to me. I think this is huge for Solana. We talked yesterday about bullish, which is, I think, a Peter Thiel backed big institutional kind of exchange that was put together. This BLSH, I believe they're public as well, and targeting institutional investors with crypto. But they acquired yesterday in a $4 billion acquisition of Quinty, which is a huge company that clearinghouse and stuff that works with thousands of, I think 3,000 clients. So obviously they're looking to do RWA and tokenization, but they're going to put entire equity structure on chain. So they're going to tokenize 151 million shares. So maybe just talking about their personal shares, but and I don't know. I don't even know if they're public. I can't remember. It's been a while since. Oh yeah, it is right there. New York Stock Exchange, BLSH. But they're going to make it. Maybe they're going to tokenize their stock first. But you know what that's leading to. You know what that means, right? Especially with Larry Fink from BlackRock and everybody looking to tokenize it. RWA is huge. I've got an article here coming up talking about it. Solana founder Anatoly just confirmed that the major Alpenglow upgrade is targeting launch this year. So what that'll do is that will take the finality from 12 seconds down to 150 milliseconds, which I think is about as fast as you can blink your eye. So we'll have virtually instant finality. I think this is going to be really good for, especially stocks and things like that, where you have to know it has to be settled. So amazing accomplishment, to be honest with you. I'm a huge fan of Solana. It's my biggest holding as far as a layer one. Nothing, I started out big in ETH and I've done fine on ETH. I still like ETH. I'd still hold ETH, but I'm just a little more bullish on Solana, though I think both will do well. And maybe some others, right? It's going to be a multi-chain situation. It's not just going to be one, but I love Solana. I think we're seeing it, bullish, New York Stock Exchange, massive, multi-billion-dollar company putting their equity on Solana. We see upgrades, we see it doing very well. But then again, you have with Ethereum, it's more decentralized, probably more secure, but it's slower and more expensive. But we'll continue to see growth in both. This is not what I was looking for. Okay. Okay. Sometimes when I forget, I have to click on the actual article or I'll lose it. But anyway, Core Scientific, they sold 208 million in Bitcoin in Q1, pushing full speed into their AI. We're seeing this a lot. We're seeing companies either do a hybrid model, big Bitcoin mining companies, or some of them just going all in AI. I think it's probably short term more profitable to go the AI route. So we're going to continue to see this. It just is what it is, right? Initial jobless claims came in. 200,000 expected was 205. The previous was 189. So yeah, it wasn't as bad as expected, but it's still unemployment is still growing a little bit. Still some underlying weakness in the economy, but maybe not as bad as it could be. RWAs, total tokenized RWAs have now officially crossed 30 billion. Just so much more efficient, so much more fast and all this stuff. I mean, things happen. We saw on Solana, things can happen. Things can literally be settled in the blink of an eye, where these other older processes are arduous and they take days and it's just, inefficient, all this stuff. So virtually everything's going to get tokenized. Virtually everything. Glassnode, which Glassnode, they got a lot of great. Glassnode's really probably a good subscription to have if you're really into crypto. They really have some great charts and some great indicators and great tools to look at. But they said that bulls remain in control, but overhead supply near 85,000 could cap upside unless stronger spot demand continues. So yeah, keep an eye on that 85. We threatened 83 yesterday, but nonetheless, here we are. $2 trillion banking giant BNY just announced to launch Bitcoin crypto custody in Abu Dhabi. So you're getting big companies setting up the infrastructure for custody and trading and all this stuff now into Abu Dhabi. Obviously, they're leading the charge over there, but you're seeing bigger players come in all the time. Let's jump over and see how the traditional market's doing here. Got a few more minutes here. First off, look at the NASDAQ. I'm calling this flat. We'll see if it's changed at all since we first checked in. Market's now been open for 22 minutes. Sometimes the first hour or two can be a little bit volatile up and down both ways, but yeah, about the same. 0.11. We have gone slightly negative on the Dow at 0.01. Once again, flat. S&P negative 0.04. Once again, flat. I'm telling you, we're just in a wait and see scenario. Let's look at how Bitcoin's treating us today. Let's go to Bitcoin. We'll take a look at the hourly. This is the daily chart. Yeah, a little bit of a dip down to 83.12. If we look at the hourly chart, you can see we're kind of bleeding out. And this is what I expect. If we don't get some news, I just kind of expect a slow grind down. And that could be all the way through Sunday or Monday. I just don't have, and sometimes I'm surprised. One tweet from Trump, good or bad, could send markets in either direction. But we had a great week. Enjoyed it while it lasted. Some great stuff. I mean, look at the weekly on Bitcoin. We're still up 5.2. So it's been a great week. We can't complain. But we see now as we just sit, that's where we're at. So not surprising in the least. And sometimes that's maybe that's a good time to go touch some grass. Had Touch Grass, a community project with the token and some NFTs, who's been long time been on my Bitcoin Morning Show and some of the other shows I go to, came up and talked about their project yesterday. But we say that every day. Almost a day doesn't go by that I don't say touch some grass. Just means chill out, get out and do some other things. I'm of course working on the affiliate program. Really, I think it can help spread the word on CoinZoom and use on the card. We probably won't be able to pay affiliate bonuses on trading and stuff. It's a little tricky. The U.S. regulators don't really like that. Probably be based on how much people spend on their debit cards, but we're spending money anyway. Scott down there, a lot of the Coach Master, a lot of people already have been talking about it, have our debit cards. I saw Mr. Heine, the actual founder of the Heine community, got his card yesterday. I'm going to post some more pictures today. I use it every day. I probably swipe and pay bills. Yesterday I paid, gosh dang. I mean, I went out to dinner. I paid a few things. I paid my, my gas bill, all using my card. My wife went in, bought some makeup, whatever. I just, on an average day, I probably swipe it between 10 and 20 times. So I'm paying those bills anyway. I'm not doing anything extra. I'm just getting 5% back in Zoom tokens. But anyway, had a big call yesterday with the three founders and their one of the founders is their dev guy who, big, real high level, fintech dev. But anyway, talked about it. And then I'm going to be going Friday to lunch with, we've got a attorney who focuses on affiliates flying in from California. We're going to have lunch, myself and two or three of the founders. I don't know if the tech guy will be there, but I know Todd and Ben Crossland, the two of the co-founders, will be there. So we're working towards that. I really think it could be great. You save money, you earn Zoom tokens, you buy Bitcoin, you do whatever. Share it with your friends and get compensated. That's something we really want to do. Instead of just marketing through, paying Google for AdWords or whatever, really want to make a strong affiliate program. And so I've been focusing a lot of my attention on that. That's my version of touching grass. And but get out there and do stuff. This is probably the time. The Nikkei, Japan's main indicator, topped past 63,000 for the first time ever. So we see our NASDAQ and S&P hitting all-time highs. Japan's Nikkei did the same yesterday. So Shout out to our Japanese friends out there. ARK Investment, Kathy Woods just bought another 92 million worth of Bitcoin, most likely through an ETF or something. I didn't see specific. I didn't have time to delve in it, but buying more Bitcoin. Her target, I believe, is 1.4 million by the end of 2030. I think they call that their conservative base model too. Not it's better. Democrats already lining up to impeach Trump again. They regained control of Congress in the midterm. Multiple House Dems are preparing articles right now for a potential day one impeachment push. You know, they basically made this impeachment thing a joke. Used to be serious, become less and less serious. It's like, oh yeah, okay, what this be the third or fourth time? The reason I'm talking about it is it underscores the importance of these midterms, which it's really hard for someone who controls all three houses of government to win. I think they'll at least lose one of the houses and basically becomes kind of a lame duck, right? So first thing, not going to get anything done, which not that they do anyway. But yeah, they're going to try and impeach Trump, and I don't know if they can force him out or what happens, but it's just kind of a joke. But yeah, if they could get both houses, that's why I think we're going to see lower interest rates. I think we're going to see money printing, maybe free money coming to everyone, rebates, whatever. I think Trump's going to do a lot to make sure that does not happen. A couple more things. We'll call it a day. It's once again, my prediction is sideways, maybe all the way till Monday. But Trump does say very positive negotiations have been ongoing for the last, and Iran has agreed to no nuclear weapons. The deal is close. I hope he's right. I want to believe it. I think we all do, but we'll see. If that gets announced, if there's good or bad news, then we know which way the market's going to go. Pretty simple. Bitcoin dominance, 61%. I'm surprised altcoins, it's really hard for altcoins to thrive with Bitcoin dominance of 61%. That's high, right? But it is what it is. I think fear and greed, I think I checked, it was 47 neutral. So that's not too bad. Last but not least, Tom Lee drops a bombshell. 2027 could bring one of the biggest market rallies of our lifetime. We shall see. We shall see. We'll take one last look at Bitcoin on the hourly chart, rather. See how we're doing. Yeah, we've popped up a little. We're now sitting at 80,515. We'll see. This is just the hourly chart. The daily chart looks like this, but zooming in on that hourly chart. Now we're up off the bottom. We'll see. Thank you, everyone, for joining me live. Feel free to hop into the opening. Can't keep track. I've got too many names here. This is Opening Bell Crypto. Thanks for joining me here. Feel free to jump over in the GM Bitcoin morning show. Hey, Mr. Heine Coin Community, GM. Saw you got your card yesterday, your CoinZoom card. Congratulations. Anyway, we're wrapping up the show. I'm calling it a sideways Thursday. Go out, touch some grass, have some fun till we see something happen. Otherwise, I think we're flat to slowly up and down a little bit for the next 3 or 4 days. We shall see. One Trump tweet, good or bad, could change things. But thanks everyone for joining me. Feel free to join me in the on our spaces, the opening GM Bitcoin morning show. See you over there. Thanks again for joining me. We'll see everyone tomorrow. We'll end this week out hopefully strong.